Hi there. Happy Mother's Day to all our sisters in the 26th Ward. I am so grateful for the women in our ward and for all their contributions. You are fabulous. I'd like to talk a little bit about Mother's Day today, but first I wanted to give you a few announcements. I stepped on my glasses this week and broke them when I was playing basketball, and so I don't truly prove my nerd-like qualities. I haven't been able to get them fixed, and they're taped together, and so I thought I would go without my glasses today. But I wondered about this being kind of a metaphor for the difficulties that we have in everyday life right now. And sometimes things happen and we don't have a way to immediately get them fixed. And one of the things that I've had to learn is patience. And I hope that you'll be patient with me as we work through this. You can see, I'll even show you the tape on the glasses. Along with that, we have our missionary that's been home for a few weeks, Cade Brazier. He has been reassigned to the Idaho Falls mission, and he will be a fabulous blessing to those people in Idaho Falls. I've heard that he's hoping to wear his cowboy boots. We'll have to wait and see if that happens. But if he gets to Jackson, Wyoming, maybe some moose or bison could use some teaching or service around these times. Grateful for all the missionaries that are serving in these difficult times and trying circumstances, and I know that they're doing the very best that they can. In addition, sacrament is available now. They've loosened some of the restrictions to those that need it. We have tried to take appropriate precautions. We've been asked to wear masks if we're taking the sacrament into people, and when it's requested by people who feel comfortable with that. If you're comfortable and would like the sacrament to come to your home and don't have that otherwise available to have it blessed, please reach out to your ministering brothers to coordinate that. We're more than happy to help coordinate that as best we're able. We're grateful for all of those that have been patient with us as we've gone through this time. And we don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable if they're not comfortable having people come into their home right now. That's perfectly appropriate, and we care about you and want you to be safe and want you to feel safe. We can't really do callings and sustainings without meeting together, but we do have some work that needs to be done. With the Englands moving, we have Brother Richard Bynon has been asked to help with ward clerk duties. He's been cleared with the stake, and he'll act in the capacity of the ward clerk until he can be properly called and sustained in our meetings. In addition, with Sue Rockmore moving, we have asked Carol Allred if she would help on our Temple and Family History Committee. Carol brings a wealth of knowledge and experience, and she's even nice too. If anybody has concerns with Richard or with Carol in these kind of pseudo callings before they're officially called, let me know, and I'd be happy to talk to you about that. On a sad note this week, the church was broken into, and some people started a small fire. Everything looks like it's intact and it's going to be okay. There's no irreparable damage. But there is several thousands of dollars worth of damage to the carpet and the windows and the walls in certain places. Grateful for Dan Gregson for his help in working with that. If you're out and about and you pass the church, just keep your eyes open. No one was hurt. We're grateful for our building and for the chance we have to take care of it. And we just want to try and be vigilant in trying to take care of the building. You've all heard, I'm sure, that temples are reopening temporarily, or at least starting to reopen this week. This week, there will be live sealings only. So people that have previously been endowed that are coming to get be married and be sealed. If all goes well and there's not a continued outbreak, my guess is that we will then see shortly live endowments only. So for missionaries, or for people that are planning to get married before their wedding. My guess is that we won't see work for the dead in a coordinated way for several months yet, but we love the fact that temples are opening, and we're grateful that some work is going to be able to continue with the ordinances of the gospel. President Nelson talked in conference that one of the ways that we could hear him was going to the temple and stress the importance of temples and temple work. His clear message this week in his video was that he wants the temples to be open as soon as possible. To that end, President Nelson also encouraged us in General Conference to hear him through family history and temple research. And when he said we couldn't go to the temple, he said, here's his quote, "While worshiping in the temple is presently not possible, I invite you to increase your participation in family history, including family history research and indexing. I promise that as you increase your time in temple and family history work, you will increase and improve your ability to hear him." End quote. So even though we can't attend the temple, I'd like to have a virtual ward temple or family history night. We have Bishop Allen to help us. We are planning to do a very short, and let me emphasize short, activity next Wednesday, so this coming Wednesday at 7 p.m. It will be 30 minutes maximum. In lieu of going to the temple, I invite everyone to attend. I know that there's Zoom fatigue out there, and I know that's a real thing, and I hope that we are going to be okay, but we will have a short get-together on Zoom. We'll have a welcome and instructions about what to do, and we'll turn you loose to do a short project. To participate in that, you'll want to have the Memories app downloaded on your phone or have access to a computer where you can be on the call and look on the computer as well. You want to have a memory maybe that you've thought about that you want to be remembered. And then if the best ways to do it are to either have a picture that is related to that memory or an audio file. If you can find those, whatever you want to have remembered and have those close by. It's okay if you don't have a picture or audio file, you can do it all directly. But if you want to have those close by so you can participate. Even if you don't have that, or even if you don't want to participate, we would love for you to jump on the call. We want to see you and are grateful for this chance to be able just to look in your eyes. And if you wanted to chat for a minute on the Zoom call, more than happy to do that. We think that would be a fabulous way to try and get together. We know that they've loosened some restrictions, but we have been encouraged to try and still be careful in what we do. I want you to know just how important I think temple and family history work is for us as a ward, for our spiritual growth. And while it's a hard time and we can't attend the temple directly, I really encourage you to set aside some time that you would have gone to the temple to help, especially in these family history or service areas. Reach out to Bishop Allen, reach out to Sister Allred or others on the Temple and Family History Committee to help you individually. All this talk of family history reminds me again of my love for my own family, how grateful I am that we can have the ordinances and we can be together and sealed through the priesthood. I'm grateful eternally for the sisters in our ward. You truly are amazing, and that brings me back to Mother's Day. The service that the sisters give and the love you provide is truly amazing, from taking care of each other to sewing masks for health workers, to providing meals for the sick or lonely. I can't imagine a better group of sisters that we have. We've once more, as brethren, gone to the Goodrich Well to provide UV's chocolates for all the sisters for Mother's Day. The ministering brothers have tried to get out and deliver those to all of you. If you didn't receive them, please let me know. We have extras. The last thing we need is for the young men to get a hold of the extras before everybody gets their chance. But we want you all to know how much we love and appreciate you. Sister Joy Jones is the general primary president, and in general conference, this past conference said, Elder Talmadge tenderly reminds us, the world's greatest champion of woman and womanhood is Jesus the Christ. In the final analysis of women's continuing roles in the restoration, and for us all, what role is preeminent? I testify that it is to hear him, to follow him, to trust him, and to become an extension of his love. Close quote. The sisters in our ward do such a great job in hearing him and following him and becoming an extension of the Savior. In addition, included with this message is a link to a slideshow that I hope honors the women in our ward. I tried to get a picture of all the sisters. I'm sorry if I missed a few. I think I've got one of almost everyone. If I don't, I apologize profusely for not having one of every single person. But a huge thanks to Katrina Youd for most of the pictures. She does a fabulous job with our photos, and she was so willing to share, and I'm grateful for her. A little story: when I was 7 or 8 years old, I was asked to sing the primary song, "I Often Go Walking" for Mother's Day in sacrament meeting. It was the first time that I ever had to sing in public outside of maybe primary. And that song has kind of stuck with me through the years. And so I arranged a song that song, "I Often Go Walking," for the men to sing. But I also asked primary child, Dallin Smith. He's 7 years old. It's very similar to where I was at the same time. And Dallin is a superstar. He's the soloist on the video, and he is great. And I love Dallin, and I hope he knows how much we care about him. I think I might have pushed the men a little bit too far on this one. We tried to do remote a cappella, and I think the men are fabulous. And I hope you know how much they care about and wanted to participate in a Mother's Day gift to the sisters. Eric Gardner, Isaac Jackson, Brigham Smith, Adam DeMille, Jaron Engerbauer, Dan Gregson, Scott Miller, Dave Cox, Ryan Tatton, this may be Ryan's farewell, and Terry Whipple and myself are singing. I'm grateful for all of them. I wanted to wish the sisters a happiest of all Mother's Days. I hope the love for your family and the Savior will sink deep into your hearts. And I'm grateful for all of you. Have a happy Mother's Day.